Hello, everybody. We're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes, but just wanted to let you know that we are here and can't wait to see you all. We are going to be doing a live Q&A. We're discussing shops, Facebook Marketplace shops. So for those of you who have questions or want to make any kind of comments or anything, please feel free to do so. I'll be reading the comments from the chat and going from there. I have no idea who's on or when someone is going to be on. So if you are on, feel free to chime in on the chat. I would love to see you. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. We're going to be talking about Facebook Marketplace shops. So for those of you that are going to be joining us, feel free to put some messages in the chat box. We'd love to see you and talk to you. Welcome, everybody. I'm trying to turn on my YouTube so I can see anybody who writes anything in the chat or anything like that so we can see each other and live how it's happening. Let's see. Big Daddy B, hello. How are you guys? So I know a lot of you, maybe you have a shop, maybe you don't have a shop. I have several shops. Shops is not something that's simple on Facebook Marketplace. And just wanted to answer questions, things like that you guys might have or might be interested in finding out about shops. Now, shops can feel extremely frustrating. It's very involved. I'm not going to be able to share my screen on this chat that we're doing, basically because I didn't set it up that way. I have some friends who are doing a 2-day challenge. It's a live webinar, pretty exciting for them. It's actually on Wednesday the 18th. They'll have 2 live webinars, and then again on the 19th. There is a charge for it. I do want to tell you guys about it, and I've been posting it in our group. But Dustin and Rachel Nally and then Sean Thompson got together to put together a masterclass / challenge for those that want to learn more about shops. Now, there are ways with shops that you can get outside Facebook. So I don't know if you guys know or understand a lot about shops, but let's kind of go through some basics. What is a shop and how is it different from your personal Facebook Marketplace? A shop is actually a personal business page. So you would take your personal business page and you would create a shop and add on to that. That's where you would put your products. So let's say you have a tire store. Just, think something. You have a tire store. The tire store is the business page, and then you would add a shop, and the shop would be the tires. Okay. So if you're shipping tires or they're coming in to buy tires, what they've done is they've made it available to be able to do that through Facebook Marketplace. Now, one thing about Facebook Marketplace is anything that's on Marketplace and on the shop is only on Marketplace and it doesn't get put out to the World Wide Web. What our friends have figured out how to do is to take Marketplace outside of Facebook Marketplace onto Google so that people can search it that way, and then also be able to get to your shop that way. Shops don't have any fees. Right now, my shops are showing no fees until the end of this year, which is great. It was showing July, and the way it's is dealt with, they have a lot more analytics and things that you can look at on the back end where your personal marketplace cannot. You can also upload feeds into a shop where a personal marketplace you can do, I think, 50 at a time. You can put in hundreds of listings at a time through a Facebook marketplace feed. So there's a lot of different things that you can do on a shop that you're not able to do on a personal marketplace. The marketplace shops are also geared towards businesses. One of the frustrating things about a personal marketplace is that you don't really get a lot of analytics like you do on a shop. A shop's analytics is a lot more involved to do all that. But also at the same time, it's also, how do I say it? The shop is a lot more complicated to put together. You have to make sure that everything is done correctly. It's set up correctly. If it's not set up correctly, then it can fail. The other thing is getting it approved through Marketplace. So there's steps and ways to be able to do that. I mean, they shut down the ability to get into Marketplace, and then we found out a trick or a fix to be able to do it. Then they fixed the trick. Then, now we've got people who have figured out how to be able to get right into Marketplace so that you can sell. But what we also know is you don't have to be approved to sell on Facebook Marketplace to sell in a shop. Once you're approved with a shop, you can sell. It's just not showing on Marketplace right away. And I hope that makes sense. So one of the things that the Nallies and Sean Thompson put together is a challenge. The challenge is actually, it's a 2-day challenge, and they're splitting it up into 3 different webinars for you guys. It's the first webinar is only going to be on the 18th. They're calling Secrets of Strong Shops. That's going to be like how to put your shop together, how to make it so that it's always going to be, doing well. It's not just dying. And then you've also got the next webinar, which is going to be Profit Without Marketplace. That's kind of what we're talking about with not having to be approved on Marketplace and still being able to sell on your marketplace. And then they also have the next day, which is low cost ad traffic. They're going to be doing challenges on both of those days for everybody. Let's see. EMC squared says, "What's good, fam?" That's sweet. So far, it's good. Anyway, what are some questions that you guys might have about Facebook shops? Things that we can do to help you out as a platform. By the way, if you wanted to find out about that 2-day challenge, you can go to our website, which is marketplace-sellers.com, and we put it up on as a front page. We felt like this is such an important class. And actually, if you're frustrated with your shop or you want to put together a shop and you don't fully understand what needs to happen, this is really the best money that you can invest. They are only keeping the class open until Monday. After that, it's getting shut off for the Wednesday, Thursday class. And so it's going to be pretty dynamic. Some of the challenges that a few people have been having on their shops, and I'm just going to give you a few quick fixes and tricks to be able to make these things work if you're having struggles. Our big group has had a lot of people that, obviously with Facebook, we don't have a lot of fees. There's a lot of glitches that can happen. One of the things that the shop has had this last month is a lot of people weren't getting paid on their transactions. And so the quick fix was to go in and just re-enter your bank account information. And that seemed to really help a lot of people get their money back and into their accounts the way it was supposed to. There's no rhyme or reason why some of these glitches happen. It's like they fix something and something else breaks. But I did notice that on the Facebook official group, that they're actually starting to address some of these problems and report them to the people who make the fixes to fix these items. So hopefully you guys will take the opportunity, if you haven't already, and go and join that group. It's called Marketplace Sellers. I'll put a link in so that you guys can be able to get in. Every once in a while, we're able to catch a little glimpse of some things and post it on the group. But with all of the questions and comments and stuff that we're getting, sometimes I know you guys miss that. We are going to be sending out a weekly email here. So those of you who don't have or have not signed up for our email newsletter, we're going to be doing some compilations of some of the weeks, like a week in review, things that you may have missed, and some tips and tricks on Facebook Marketplace and also Facebook Shops. So make sure that you're signed up for that. That is at the marketplace-sellers.com, where you can sign up for that and also sign up for the webinar. Every week, we also have a Online Sellers Network webinar that we do, and that's part of our another group, and you can read about that on the webinar also. Some other tips and tricks on Facebook Marketplace shops. I have several Facebook shops, and one of the things that I love to do is I love to do the spreadsheets. I was putting listings in manually, and I found that just doing a spreadsheet and putting that up makes it so much easier to take care of, maintain, and even manage my shop. Now, when you're putting in a shop spreadsheet, you're just downloading the template from Facebook and then uploading the information onto the template and then uploading it into Facebook. Once that's all put in and there aren't any errors, it's like a dream to have a Facebook shop. And then all you're doing is updating your spreadsheet. That's it. That is absolutely it. So it's kind of neat to see how smooth a shop can run versus a personal marketplace. There isn't any things like refreshing or delete and relist or any of that stuff. So if you wanted to delete something and relist it and you were using a spreadsheet, a quick trick on that one is to go in and change the SKU number or the SKU ID. And what that will do is make a whole new listing for it. It will take the old listing off and make a whole new listing also on it. One of the things with shops is it's super important to keep it socially active. Shops are they're a representation of your business. And so just like Facebook is a social media platform, so is your business page. So you can't just stick a shop up and expect that to be enough. You have to engage in and put things out. So just like what we're talking about, everybody's like super against boosting and ads and stuff like that. With a shop, small amount of boosting is actually really, really good for your business page and also for your shop in keeping and creating traffic. Also keeping traffic that you don't have to rely on the Facebook Marketplace platform or other platforms, because every time you put something up there, you're going to potentially have more business, more customers every time somebody follows you. So if anybody has any questions or if you need anything, please feel free to let us know. That's why we're here. I know that shops can feel really frustrating. I'm super excited about Dustin and Rachel and John Thompson's masterclass and challenge that they've put together. I know it's an investment in you and in your future, but if you're serious about shops, if you're serious about making that happen, and if you've really been frustrated with them, then you want to go to marketplace-sellers.com and go check out this webinar, 2-day challenge that they have. Big Daddy says, open a shop and was shut down because Facebook said I violated a policy. How do I find out what that violation was? They will not tell me what it was. Okay, that's classic Facebook. I don't, we don't do Facebook bashing or anything like that, but that's actually something that's very real. A lot of times we don't know. We don't know what happened or anything like that. What I would say is if they won't tell you what it is, or you're not able to fix the problem, see if you can go and just open another shop. Now, some people might think that's bad advice, but it takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to chase some of their problems down. And sometimes it's just easier to open another shop. If you're not able to, there's ways around it, but that's one of the ways that I know that some people have been able to circumvent the problem. The other thing that you can do is we have some videos on going in and fixing some of your back-end stuff. You can go on our YouTube channel and look that up. I think it's called Cleaning Up Your Shop, or cleaning up cleaning up the house. I don't remember exactly what the video is, but go in and make sure that you're keeping your shop clean. I will say that the other day, someone was very frustrated because they had some comments that had been declined, and they were very angry about it because, we had a lot of information on the same topic. Sometimes I don't even know how to explain this. Okay, let me backtrack. We've had a lot of posts about people not understanding why they've been, why they've gotten a ban or a violation, or why they didn't get paid on something, or, something like that. And sometimes when we get so many of the same question, we have to start declining stuff to make room for other people. But the one thing that I have noticed about Facebook and Facebook Marketplace, when you do things like violate something, sometimes a violation doesn't necessarily have to be about a shop or a marketplace. It can be about your personal page. You said a swear word on somebody's, feed, and someone reported you. You said something that Facebook decided was inappropriate for any reason. Maybe they felt like something was racist, or somebody reported something. It's really that simple. I sold real estate for 20 years. And one of the things with real estate is you're representing, the sale of property. When you're licensed, they hold you to a different standard than somebody who doesn't have a license. It doesn't mean you don't have to follow the rules, whether you're licensed or not. But once you become licensed, you become at a higher level of what they expect from you. Now, why am I telling you all of this in this big roundabout way? When you're on Facebook and then you decide to sell on marketplace or shops, in my opinion, you're being held to a different standard. So take it for what it's worth. That's my opinion on that. But that's what I think as far as, things getting shut down or anything like that. The question is, have you guys dabbled with Instagram shops? And I've heard there's a lot of traffic with it. So the people that I know that have Instagram connected with their shops sometimes do very well. Instagram is not approved through shops until you have a certain amount of traffic. and then they will approve the Instagram account. And then, yes, there is a lot of really good money to be made off of Instagram through your shop. So if you have an Instagram account that's established, that has some really great followers, then maybe that is something to consider, to connect that Instagram account to that shop. I will definitely put the challenge information in the shop. All you have to do is go to marketplace-sellers.com. That's our group website. And I apologize, I forgot to say the question was, can we put the challenge information in the chat, please? Yes. Yes, we can. But just so you know, it's marketplace-sellers.com for those of you who are interested in going and taking part of that 2-day challenge with the Nallies and Sean Thompson. I was so thrilled when they called me, or actually Dustin texted me and said, "Hey, this is what's going on." And normally we don't allow people to put links out and things like that. And knowing these people personally and knowing exactly what they've researched, what they've done. Some of you may know Sean Thompson. He's like all shops all the time. He even has a Facebook group. It's phenomenal. He's just always, he lives, breathes in everything Facebook shops. So he's always researching that. The Nallies have also highly researched. The Nallies are drop shippers. Sean Thompson is not. He sells antiques and collectibles. Both extremely successful Facebook shop sellers, and have huge, classes and followings and stuff. So if there are people that you want to know when it comes to shops. What other kind of questions do you guys have out there? I'm just kind of chatting and talking about shops because it's a little shop talk. Is there any other challenges or things that you guys have come across? I know I had someone text me earlier today and they had lost all of their listings, and it was something as simple as just going on and making their shop live, and then bloop, everything appeared. Shops can be a little bit fickle at times, and sometimes they run like amazing machines. One thing I probably should say about shops, they're not something, it's not a fix it and forget it deal. It is something that you need to be touching every day. You need to be adding to it every day. You need to be, massaging it, putting information in. Just like anything, the algorithms like it when you feed it, when you're constantly doing that. So well, I think that's pretty much all I've got tonight. If anybody else has any other questions, please feel free to let me know. It's been fun to come on and just kind of chat for a little bit. I haven't done it in a while, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to just talk about shops, because that seems to be, where a lot of people want to go. Oh, I will say this about shops. If you're thinking about having a shop, it really takes the personalization, like me as a seller, and makes me into a business. So for those of you who maybe don't want to sell and let people like see who you are per se, and you just want to ship, then probably shops is a good place for you. You can also on your business page put in reels, just like, and also stories, and have that stuff go out to your Instagram. I know people that have like the coolest Instagram accounts and reels, and Facebook loves those videos as far as feeding things into shops and being able to make all of that stuff happen. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. If you have other questions, please go ahead and put them down into the chat. We're happy to answer anything that you have. I'll also put the information on the webinar for those of you who want to go and participate in it. There is a fee on it. I think it's totally worth it for the investment that you have in it. You should make that money 10 tenfold on that. Anyway, thanks for everything, guys. If you need anything from us, that's what we're here for. We're sellers here helping other sellers out. And talk to you soon.